Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I am Make It Up Supergirl. Today I'll be sharing the Glamlite Cosmetics Icy collection with you today. So if this interests you, please keep watching and don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to tickle that cute little bell down below to be notified of all my new content. Alright, let's get started. So before I go ahead and share my Icy collection from Glamlite Cosmetics with you, I want to tell you a little bit about a company called Rose Forever New York. And I have talked about them before in the past, but now that Valentine's Day is coming around and you're looking for good ideas for yourself, for your friends, your family, or that special someone in your life, I highly recommend you go check out their website and see if you like any of their bouquets. And what I really like about this is that the roses last for up to a whole year. And I do have a code down below that will save you $20 off your entire purchase. So that'll be really cool. But let me share with you what I got a few months ago, and they still look brand new and beautiful. All right, and this is the container that it comes in. So I got a round container, but they also have square and they have different colors. And also you can choose the color roses. I like purple, so I chose these beautiful lavender ones. But they have many different colors. And also you can choose between 9 roses, 16 roses, and 32 roses. So depending on the amount of roses will depend on the cost. But don't forget to use the code in the link and you'll get $20 off. So I think they're having a really big sale now because of the Valentine's Day. So don't forget to check out their Instagram page and sign up so you can get possibly get a giveaway, which would be really cool. And like I said, I really like these because these just last such a long time and you get to enjoy them every single day. All right, let's go ahead and dig into my Glamlite collection. So this Icy collection consists of 2 eyeshadow palettes and 3 lip glosses. So let me go ahead and show it to you. So the first 2 items that I want to show you are 2 eyeshadow palettes. The first one is called the Blue Raspberry Eyeshadow Palette, and it's blue based. And that's what it looks like on the outside of the palette. It's super cute packaging. And this is what the blue palette looks like. That is absolutely stunning. Alright, so the first color is called Chilling. The second color is called Frozenated. And the last color is called Ice Cold. Those are stunning. The next eyeshadow palette is called the Cherry Palette, and this one is all red based. So there's what it looks like on the outside. And here are all the beautiful colors. Okay, and this one is called White Cherry, which is super pretty. The next one is called Cool Taste, and then this one is called Colorful. That is so pretty. All right, so that is it for the eyeshadow palettes. And the last few items are actually lip glosses, which are really, really pretty too. And here is the container that the lip glosses come into. So what's nice is you can actually use this to drink an icy or anything you want. So there's 3 lip glosses. And let's do some swatches. All right, and here's some swatches. So that's raspberry, which is very hard to see. This one's cherry, and then this one is cola. The next thing I'm going to do is do an eyeshadow look. And I'll be right back. Alright, so I have the camera up and close and I'm going to do a makeup look with the Blue Raspberry Eyeshadow Palette. So I can't wait to do this look and let's have a little fun while we're doing it. Alright, so one of the first things I always put on first is eyeshadow primer. I have hooded eyes, so I like to use a primer. Number 1, it makes my colors brighter, and number 2, it kind of smooths out my uneven eyelids. And I am using the Glamlite's icing eye primer called White Frosting, which is really nice. Alright, so I am packing on my eyeshadow primer. Alright, so now that I have my eye primer on and then I have my eye shields, which I always use because I am really messy when it comes to put eyeshadow on, and this catches all the fallout from the eyeshadow and also helps me have crisp lines. So the first color I'm going to use is called the Frozenated, and I'm going to go ahead and I take a flat brush and then I actually just pack it on, and I just kind of lay it right on top of my eyelid right there. And the reason why I pack it on is because I have hooded eyes and my eyes are all wrinkly. And if I just kind of like swish it back and forth, it's not going to get in all the little crevices of my eye. So I'm just going to pack that all on here. It's going on really well. And then I always like to make sure I get down below here. So, all right, so I packed it on this side. Make sure I get right here. And this is why I like the eye shields, because I can just literally pack this on and not worry about getting it on my face. So the next color I'm going to use is a kind of like a medium shade, and this one's called Polar Bear. And I'm just going to go ahead and use it in my crease and then right here in the corner to darken it up. And what I like to do is I still like to use my flat brush and kind of like outline where I want to put the shadow. So I'm going to dip it in here, and then I'm going to kind of draw out where I want. Now, because I have hooded eyes, I don't use the crease to put shadow on. I go above my crease, so as you can see how high I have it here. And then I'm gonna kind of do this, and then I'll just kind of like pack it on up there. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of, now that I did like an outline, I'm only gonna go up to like where my arch is and pack it on here. Then once I kind of get it packed on, I'm gonna use a different brush, but I'm just trying to get the shadow in there. All right, and then I'm gonna take a more of a fluffy brush right here, and then I'm gonna dip back into that Polar Bear, and then I'm gonna go back and forth so that I can darken up my crease. And then I'll just stick more shadow right there. Okay, so now that I have the medium shade where I want it, I'm going to do the shimmer, and I'm going to choose the one that's called Chilling, and that's really pretty. So I tend to use my finger first, and then I'll rub it in the shadow like so, and then I'm going to pack it on. Ooh, this is pretty. I'm just going to pat it on my eyelid. That is gorgeous. Oh my goodness gracious. That is so pretty. Now I'm just going to pat my eyelid gently and kind of press the shadow in. Oh wow, that is so beautiful. So now I'm going to actually just darken up my corners a little bit. So I'm going to use the color Melted, and I'm just going to dip my fluffy brush and I'm going to pat it like this. It's more like stamping. So I'm stamping in the corner, and I'm going to gently slide up and I'll just stamp it in there. I just want to darken that color in that corner just to provide a little bit of depth. But I'm only using a tiny bit. Wow, these colors are so pigmented. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my eye shields off, and you'll see how crisp and clean the line is. See that? So I pop that off. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I actually want to take and put some shadow right underneath my lower eyelash. And I'm going to just use the same color. I'm going to use Melted, and I'm just going to very gently kind of start where the middle of my eye is and kind of meet up where I have that shadow on the top. I'm going to take Chillin', and I'm going to do the same thing, but right there. That is so pretty. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go put my lashes on and my blush and my highlighter, and I'll be right back. Ta-da! Here's my final look, which I absolutely love. I love this palette. It's so easy to use, very pigmented, and it just performs really well, so I definitely recommend it. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I really appreciate it. And please remember to love yourself, love others, know that you're loved and that we're all beautiful. Have a great day, everyone. Bye!